welcome to the stage, Janis Lenhert.
Good evening, everybody.
Hi, Jen.
Oh, you guys are great. So, who's excited about the kids going back to school? I knew it. I get it. Years ago, when I first started teaching, the superintendent told us, you're going to make a lot of mistakes your first year. Don't worry, just pray that not all of your students become incarcerated. 19 years later, I pray I don't get incarcerated. Thank God for the statute of limitations. I could have strangled some of the parents I've had. One year I had this odd little girl who was struggling with her work. So we had one of those conferences. I couldn't understand the dad. He says, I'm sorry, we speak Klingon at home. Then the mom told me that she's a Wiccan. Great. The dad's a Klingon, the mom's a witch. You know, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. So the Wiccan lady was covered with black spiderweb tattoos. She was not popular with the parents of the little girl who were Christians. But one day, the Wiccan lady comes with a skirt with orange flames on it. I thought the Christian couple's heads were going to explode. And I figured, well, we're all going to hell. But the next day, the little Christian girl's backpack broke. And the Wiccan lady fixed it. The little girl runs up to her mom and says, Mommy, Spider-Woman fixed my backpack. I can't wait to see those couples on a wife swap. But there are a lot of parents. There was the guy from England. Yeah, he had bad teeth. And he would come to school to pick up his little girl and unbutton his shirt so I could see his hairy chest. That did not get his kid an A. But most of the parents liked me. In fact, one year I got a really special gift. This little kid gave me anti-wrinkle cream. I said, well, thank you. You shouldn't have. Really? 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 Well, this one mom hated me, so I lost her kid. Not permanently. We came back from a field trip to Legoland, and apparently I was supposed to keep track of the kids. I counted all of them but one, little Gerald. So we found him 2 hours later on the playground playing with Legos. I hoped his mom stepped on those Legos in the middle of the night. Now, I had this little girl named Briante one year. She didn't know anything. She didn't know how to read her own name. But neither did her parents. They told me, we don't call her Briante, we call her Chica. So she doesn't really know her real name. Well, that made sense because most of the kids in the class were named after cars, like Mercedes, Tahoe, Lexus, but that one Focus. But I thought, sure, she thinks her name is Chica. So I said, hey, Briante. She looked right at me. I said, well, she's not as dumb as her parents. So, yes, what other stories were there? So many stories, so little time. are hypochondriacs, you know that. They get a teeny little scratch, they have to go to the nurse. And that is because the nurse has the magic solution. Ice, it's always ice. It must have something to do with the movie Frozen. So last time I was a substitute teacher, I sent 19 kids to the nurse. Had to fill out slips for each one of them. Pretty soon the nurse says, "Why are you sending all these kids to me?" And I said, "Because on the back of the slips I wrote, 'Help, I'm being held hostage.' I wrote 23. You know, I said, 'Let me go, let me go. You can't hold me hostage anymore.'" I got out. I finally checked off another thing on my bucket list. I went skydiving. Not solo, I went tandem. Worst Tinder date ever. He said, "I'm not falling for you." What do you need to go skydiving? You need grit, guts, last will and testament, complete lack of common sense. But you know what? Skydiving is like volunteering to be the hood ornament on an Indy 500 race car, being shoved out of the airplane at 10,000 feet. Actually, I don't think it's dangerous at all. It's far more dangerous to substitute teach in middle school. So the way I picked a date was I looked at the calendar and I said, Friday looks good. And a Klingon would say, "That is a good day to die." So what they do to prepare you is assume the position, lay down on the ground, spread out your arms. I thought I might be interested. Now, the important thing is to tip the guy you're jumping with before the jump. Because $10 guarantees that you'll get out of the plane. $20 guarantees he'll pull the cord. But $30 guarantees he'll pull the cord before you hit the ground. So my favorite part was my hair flew straight up. I looked like Don King on a good day. My friends gave me a congratulations card after the jump. They wrote, "We're glad you're here to read the card." Now, so many people say the landing is hard. That's not true. One way or the other, you're going to land. Thank you.